Most people believe they have to chase money, or that it is a scarce resource they must struggle to acquire. But you have been taught the process in reverse. Money is not something you chase. Money is something you command. In this lecture, we are going to move beyond modern surface-level manifestation trends. We are going to apply the foundational teachings of Florence Scovel Shinn to the specific mechanics of your financial supply. You are about to learn how to transition your identity from a state of needing to a state of administering wealth. If financial supply is already a law of the universe, why does your bank account often reflect the opposite? The answer lies in your subconscious conditioning. By the end of this session, you will understand how to reprogram your internal identity so that your external reality has no choice but to align with your command. This channel is dedicated to the study of the founding voices of conscious creation. We do not deal in hype. We deal in spiritual law. By integrating Shinn's metaphysical principles with modern identity psychology, we are building a curriculum for those who are ready to stop trying to manifest and start commanding their reality. This is not merely a lecture. It is a form of deep subconscious programming. Whether you are listening during your day or as you drift into sleep, allow these words to bypass your surface-level doubt and settle into your conviction. Let us begin the work of aligning your identity with your divine supply. Most people believe they are waiting for their reality to change so they can finally feel secure, successful, and at peace. They work, they strive, they plan, and they chase, waiting for the external world, the bank account, the career, the relationships, the status, to provide the evidence that they are finally okay. They live their lives in a state of suspended animation, convinced that their happiness and their power are contingent upon a future event that hasn't happened yet. They wake up each day asking, "What must I do to survive?" Or, "How can I force the world to give me what I need?" But you have been taught the process in reverse. The secret to conscious creation, the bedrock of all spiritual law, is that reality is not waiting for you to earn it. Reality is waiting for you to assume it. Most people treat money as something they must chase, or as a finite resource they must struggle to acquire, compete for, and protect. They view wealth as an elusive prize for the lucky or the relentless. But the truth, as understood by the founding voices of metaphysical science, is radically different. Florence Scovel Shinn taught a far more powerful law. Supply is not something you get. It is something you command by aligning your identity with the infinite. You are here because you have reached a threshold. You have likely spent years, perhaps decades, trying to manifest through the lens of attraction. You have been told to vibrate higher, to visualize harder, to think more positively, and to align with abundance. And yet, the external world often remains stubbornly fixed in its old patterns. You are exhausted by the effort. You are tired of the woo-woo theatrics that promise miracles but deliver no structural change. In this lecture, we are going to move beyond modern surface-level manifestation trends. We are going to apply the foundational teachings of Florence Scovel Shinn to the specific mechanics of your financial supply. We are going to dismantle the subconscious barriers that tell you money is hard to get, and we are going to replace them with a state of divine expectancy. This is not a session for the casual browser. It is a session for the serious student of truth. If financial supply is already a law of the universe, why does your life often reflect the opposite? Why does the bank account so often lag behind the desire? Why does the struggle seem to persist despite your best efforts? The answer does not lie in the world of effect, the world of your bank balance and your bills. The answer lies in the world of cause, your internal subconscious conditioning. Think of this session as a form of intellectual and spiritual recalibration. You are here to learn the rules of the game of life. Just as you cannot play a game if you do not know the rules, you cannot master your finances if you do not understand the laws that govern the circulation of wealth. Florence Scovel Shinn knew that life is not a tragedy to be suffered. It is a game to be played. And to play it well, you must be the master of your own mental field. What we are about to engage in is a deep subconscious programming process. Whether you are listening during your day or as you drift into sleep, allow these words to bypass your surface-level doubt and settle into your conviction. This is not passive listening. This is active study. You must be prepared to let go of your current identity. If you continue to identify as a person who lacks, you will continue to manifest lack. If you continue to identify as a person who must compete, you will continue to live in a state of exhaustion. You must be willing to burn the old map to make way for the new territory. As we progress through this study, I invite you to bring your full awareness. Silence the internal chatter that says, "I've heard this before." If you had truly mastered it, you would not be here. You would be living in the overflow. You are here because there is a gap between what you know and what you demonstrate. We are going to close that gap. We are going to move you from the state of the seeker, who is always looking, always wanting, always waiting, to the state of the administrator, who is settled, certain, and commanding. You are the custodian of your own divine inheritance. It is time you started acting like it. Let us begin the work of aligning your identity with your divine supply. We are not here to change the world. We are here to change the mind that perceives the world. For when the mind changes, the world must rearrange itself to match the new command. This is the law. It is impersonal, it is precise, and it is available to you starting now. Prepare your mind. Let the surface world fade. We are stepping into the realm of cause. Let us begin. The foundation of all financial mastery, the bedrock upon which you must build your new reality, begins with a single, uncompromising realization. Money is not an object you pursue in the physical world. It is the physical evidence of your internal consciousness. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that the world is a game of shifting perceptions. If you view money as a finite resource that exists outside of yourself, something held by others, restricted by institutions, or limited by your past, you have already placed yourself in a position of subservience to the very thing you seek to control. You are essentially treating the effect as the cause and the shadow as the substance. This is the primary error of the human mind. The law of supply dictates that there is no competition in the spiritual realm. In the world of form, it appears as though there is only so much to go around. We see a fixed number of jobs, a limited amount of currency, and we erroneously conclude that for one person to gain, another must lose. This is the mentality of the materialist, but in the world of consciousness, supply is infinite. When you claim that money is tight or the economy is difficult, you are not describing reality. You are casting a spell of limitation upon your own subconscious. You are effectively declaring that the law of supply has been suspended in your life. You are deciding with your own word that the infinite is somehow incapable of providing for you. Think of the law of supply like the law of gravity. Gravity does not negotiate. It simply acts. When you drop a stone, it falls. The law of supply works with the same mathematical precision. If your consciousness is tuned to lack, you will experience lack. If your consciousness is tuned to overflow, you will experience overflow. It is not personal. The universe is not judging you. It is simply reflecting the state of your mind back to you. The universe is a perfect mirror. It does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are. If you are in the state of wanting, the universe will provide you with more wanting. It is a perfect, logical, and inevitable response to your internal frequency. To master your finances, you must understand that the infinite is your source. A person who relies on their own limited efforts or the efforts of a single employer is living under the law of struggle. This is the path of the many. They view life as a battlefield where they must fight, claw, and sacrifice to secure their survival. But a person who realizes that their supply comes from the infinite is living under the law of divine provision. This is the path of the master. When you align your mind with this law, you stop looking to people for your good. You stop viewing your bank account as a source of truth. You begin to treat your finances as a reflection of your mental state and nothing more. If you are anxious, you will manifest reasons to be anxious. The law will bring you bills, unexpected expenses, and delays to mirror your internal state of worry. If you are expectant, you will manifest reasons to be grateful. The law will bring you opportunities, intuitive ideas, and unexpected channels of income because you have set the vibration of reception. The goal here is not to force the world to give you what you want. The goal is to align your internal identity with the truth that you are already provided for. When the internal demand for abundance is absolute, when your inner conviction is unshakable, the external supply must move to meet it. It is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of alignment. You are not waiting for money to arrive. You are simply waiting for your subconscious to accept that the money is already yours. This is the concept of the bridge of incidents. You have placed the order in the spiritual bank, and the universe is already moving the pieces of your reality to bring the form to you. Many seekers fail because they look for the evidence before they hold the conviction. They want to see the money in their hand before they believe in the law. But the law of supply requires you to believe first and see second. It requires a fundamental shift in your relationship with reality. You must become comfortable with the unseen. You must realize that your current financial reality is merely a lagging indicator. It is the result of your past thoughts and past beliefs. It is not a prediction of your future unless you decide to keep thinking the same thoughts. Begin to see your wealth not as a target you are aiming for, but as your natural, divine inheritance. Like the air you breathe, supply is always present. You simply need to open your lungs to receive it. When you shift your frequency from wanting to knowing, you stop being a beggar at the gates of reality and become the architect of your own supply. This is the first step in the game of life, realizing that the game is won not by physical exertion, but by mental command. You must discipline your mind to hold the image of abundance even when your eyes see evidence of scarcity. This is the secret door to success. It is the ability to walk through the world seeing the potential for prosperity in every circumstance, while the rest of the world sees only obstacles. You are aligning yourself with the current of divine order. In this current, there is no struggle, no competition, and no depletion. There is only the expansion of the infinite. Understand this deeply. You are not a separate entity fighting against an external world. You are an expression of the infinite, and the infinite is your supply. There is no separation between the source and the resource. When you identify with the source, you do not need to worry about the resource. The resource follows the source as surely as the shadow follows the object. As we proceed, keep this truth fixed in your mind. Your current financial state is not your final destination. It is merely the current reading on the dashboard of your life. And just as you can change the direction of a ship by turning the rudder, you can change the direction of your finances by turning the rudder of your mind. Do not let the external world dictate your internal state. You are the one who dictates the internal state, and therefore, you are the one who dictates the world. This is the mental law. It is the beginning of your authority. It is the moment you reclaim your power from the world and return it to its rightful place within your own consciousness. Identity and subconscious breakdown. Now, we must address the most significant obstacle to your prosperity: the stubborn, entrenched identity of the seeker. As long as you identify as someone who needs money, your subconscious mind will continue to produce experiences that prove you are in a state of lack. This is the great irony of the human condition. The more desperately you hunt for wealth, the more your subconscious confirms that you do not possess it. Desperation is not a magnet. It is a repellent. When you chase money, you are subtly broadcasting the signal that money is elsewhere and that you are currently separate from it. You must perform a radical identity shift. You are not a person striving to become wealthy. You are a spiritual being currently administering the wealth that is already yours by divine right. The word administer is key. Think of a trustee who manages a massive estate. They do not worry about the funds because the funds belong to the estate, and they are merely the authorized representative. You must step into this role for your own life. You are the authorized representative of your own supply. Look honestly at your current subconscious conditioning. What is the narrative you play on a loop when you think about your finances? Is it a story of limitation? Is it a belief that wealth is only for the lucky, or that it is something hard to obtain? Your subconscious mind does not understand the difference between a real event and a repeated, emotionally charged thought. If you constantly think from a position of lack, if you wake up and mentally count your obstacles, your subconscious will obediently manifest more obstacles. This is not because you are being punished by a cruel universe. It is because you are being obeyed by a neutral law. Your subconscious mind is a servant that never sleeps. It only takes orders. The subconscious fights change because it craves familiarity. It wants to keep you in the set point of your past because that is the only place it feels safe. To reprogram this, you must consciously introduce a new set point. You must adopt the identity of the administrator. An administrator does not panic when the supply seems low. An administrator does not check the accounts every hour in a frenzy of anxiety. An administrator knows that the funds exist within the system and will be directed where they are needed. You must bring this same calm, detached, and cool-headed authority to your own life. The next time a bill arrives, a financial challenge presents itself, or an unexpected expense manifests, observe your immediate reaction. Does it trigger fear? Does it cause a physical constriction in your chest? If so, you are identifying with the body, which is subject to the world of form. You are operating from the seeker identity. Instead, pause. This is your moment of choice. Shift your awareness back to the law. Remind yourself, my supply is not dependent on this invoice. My supply is established in the infinite. The next time a bill arrives, a financial challenge presents itself, or an unexpected expense manifests, observe your immediate reaction. Does it trigger fear? Does it cause a physical constriction in your chest? If so, you are identifying with the body, which is subject to the world of form. You are operating from the seeker identity. Instead, pause. This is your moment of choice. Shift your awareness back to the law. Remind yourself, my supply is not dependent on this invoice. My supply is established in the infinite. By identifying as the administrator of your own divine inheritance, you cease to be a victim of circumstance. You stop reacting to the world and start setting the terms by which the world must respond to you. When you view your bank balance as past data, you remove the emotional charge from it. You stop giving it power. You stop letting the number dictate your mood, your worth, or your next move. You are no longer chasing, you are commanding. You are not begging for an increase. You are expecting the flow of the infinite to manifest through the channels that are already being prepared for you. When you internalize this identity, you become unshakable. You no longer fear the ebb and flow of money because you know the source of that money remains constant. You have moved from the level of effect where you are tossed about by the waves of circumstance to the level of cause where your internal command dictates the shape of your reality. Think about the most successful people you know. They do not operate from a place of trying to get. They operate from a place of knowing they have. They possess a quiet, underlying confidence. This is not arrogance. It is the natural byproduct of an aligned identity. You too can cultivate this state. It begins by deciding here and now that your old identity as a struggler has served its purpose and is now discarded. You are the custodian of the infinite. Your subconscious mind is the vault of your wealth. When you stop feeding it the image of scarcity and start feeding it the image of administrative authority, it has no choice but to change the output. The world is just the screen upon which your subconscious identity is projected. Change the film, the identity, and the movie on the screen must change to match. This is not a task for next week. It is a decision for this moment. Identify as the administrator. View your challenges as past data. Command your future through the stability of your present mind. This is the identity that unlocks the secret door to success. Now that you have shifted your identity from a seeker to an administrator, you must understand the primary instrument by which you enforce this new status: the spoken word. Florence Scovel Shinn famously taught that your word is your wand. In the metaphysical tradition, a wand is not merely a symbol of magic. It is a tool of command. It is the creative instrument that shapes the unseen into the seen. Most people use their wand, their voice, and their internal dialogue to create their own prison. They look at their bank account, feel the lack, and speak that lack into existence. They say, "I am broke," "I am struggling," or "I will never get ahead." In doing so, they are not describing their reality. They are creating it. This is spiritual treason against your own prosperity. You must learn to speak from the place of creation, not from the place of reaction. The mechanism you must master is the law of substitution. You cannot simply ignore a negative thought or suppress a fear of lack, for the subconscious mind does not accept a vacuum. It is a biological and spiritual necessity for the mind to have a focus. It requires an image to replace the old one. This is why positive thinking often fails people. They try to stop thinking negative thoughts without replacing them with something substantial. When the thought arises, "I do not have enough money," you must immediately and with absolute authority replace it with the decree: "The infinite is my supply, and I am provided for." You are not lying to yourself. You are substituting a limited belief with a higher truth. You are acknowledging that the form may be currently absent, but the substance is eternally present. This is the practice of divine order. When you speak, you are not pleading with the universe. You are aligning with the laws that govern the universe. Shinn often spoke of the importance of the phrase, divine order is established in my affairs. Notice the certainty in that statement. It does not say, I hope divine order arrives. It says, it is established. It is an objective fact in the spiritual realm. When you decree that divine order is established, you are not trying to convince the universe to help you. You are aligning your conscious mind with a reality that already exists in the infinite. You are telling your subconscious mind to stop looking at the chaos of the world and to start looking at the order of the source. You must cultivate the habit of watching your own mind, observing your own decrees, and catching yourself when you default to the old language of lack. If you find yourself complaining about the cost of something, you are inadvertently decreeing that you cannot afford it. You are telling the universe and your own subconscious that money is scarce. You must stop this immediately. By replacing the complaint with a decree of abundance, even if you have to force the words at first, you are no longer reacting to the world. You are directing it. This is the discipline of the master. Most people are slaves to their own mouths. They speak as if they are at the mercy of the economy, their boss, or their circumstances. You must become the sovereign of your own speech. If you speak of your problems, you multiply them. If you speak of your supply, you multiply that. It is that simple, and yet it is that difficult because it requires constant vigilance. It is easy to be positive when everything is going well. It is an act of spiritual mastery to remain in a state of command when the evidence appears to be otherwise. This is the difference between a student of manifestation and a master of the game of life. A student relies on the world to tell them how to feel. A master relies on the law to tell the world how to manifest. The spoken word is the bridge between the inner state of consciousness and the outer state of form. Every word you speak with emotion and conviction is a seed planted in the fertile ground of your subconscious. If you plant seeds of doubt, you harvest a crop of struggle. If you plant seeds of absolute supply, you harvest a crop of abundance. The soil of the subconscious does not choose the seeds, it simply grows what you plant. Do not blame the soil if you have been planting weeds. Start planting the seeds of your desired reality today. There is no try in this process. Trying is a word of the seeker. It implies that you might succeed and you might fail. There is only the decree. When you speak, speak as one who knows that the law must respond. When you declare that your supply is infinite, you are not hoping for a miracle. You are confirming the nature of reality. You are, in effect, giving orders to the atmosphere itself. Because you are an expression of the infinite, the atmosphere has no choice but to obey your command. This authority is your birthright. You were not created to be a victim of the world of form. You were created to be the master of it. As you go about your day, practice this substitution. Whenever a limitation appears, replace it. Whenever fear knocks, replace it with the decree of your own power. Your word is your wand. Use it to build the world you wish to inhabit, rather than describing the world you are currently experiencing. The world is plastic. It is waiting for you to shape it with your commands. Stop being a spectator of your life and start being the commander of it. Your word is law. It is time you started using it to claim your divine inheritance. So how do you embody this in the practical daily hours of your life? Alignment is not a singular event you perform in a quiet room at night. It is the constant state of your being. It is the background frequency of your existence. You have already shifted your identity, and you have established your decree. Now you must act from that new place of settled authority. The transition from the seeker to the administrator is maintained through your daily walk. The most common error in this work is trying to manifest. When you try, you are exerting effort against a resistance you believe is there. You are, in effect, fighting reality. Florence Scovel Shinn taught the law of non-resistance. When you are in alignment with divine order, you do not struggle. You do not push. You move with the flow of the infinite. The harder you push against a closed door, the more you confirm that the door is closed. The master of the game knows that when you are in the flow, the doors open before you reach them. This is the difference between working for wealth and allowing wealth to work through you. In your daily life, this looks like calm, intuitive action rather than frantic, forced activity. Most people operate from a place of hustle, which is rooted in the belief that they must provide their own supply. But you are now operating from the place of divine order. You will receive nudges, ideas, impulses, sudden memories of someone you should call, or small opportunities that appear on your path. These are the bridges to your supply. Act on them immediately, not out of desperation, but out of a sense of joyful expectation. When you are aligned, your actions become effortless. You are not doing to get. You are doing because you are already in the state of having, and the action is simply the expression of that state. Consider your daily expenditures. This is the primary arena where the law of supply is tested. Every time you pay a bill, do not send it away with a thought of lack. That is the old way, the way of the struggle. That way of thinking reinforces the belief that money is leaving you and that you are losing your security. Instead, bless it. When you write the check or make the transfer, understand that as you release this money, you are participating in the grand, infinite circulation of wealth. See the money not as a loss, but as a seed. You are sending it out with the knowledge that it is not leaving you. It is moving through you, and it will return to you multiplied because the source is infinite. Money is energy. If you hold it with fear, you are like a dammed river that eventually becomes stagnant. If you release it with faith, you become a living, flowing channel. This transforms a mundane transaction into a profound statement of faith. You are telling the universe, I have enough and more is on the way. This is the psychology of the wealthy. They do not fear the outflow because they know the inflow is guaranteed by their own consciousness. Do not check your bank account to see if your affirmations are working. That is a form of doubt. If you truly believe a check is coming, you do not pace the floor waiting for the mail. You go about your day in the certainty of its arrival. You act as if it is already yours because in the world of consciousness, it is. When you check your balance with anxiety, you are looking for evidence of your lack. And because the law is perfect, it will provide that evidence. You must cultivate a blessed indifference to the current state of your bank account. You know what it says, but you also know that it is not the final word. The final word is your decree. If a challenge arises, if an investment fails, if a job is lost, if an unexpected bill appears, do not interpret it as a failure of the law. Interpret it as a test of your conviction. A master of the game of life knows that the pressure often precedes the breakthrough. It is the final push of the old reality trying to convince you to revert to your old ways. When you remain steady, when you refuse to be moved by the appearance of lack, you force the external world to conform to your internal stability. You are the immovable object. The world is the irresistible force, but you are the commander of the law, and the law is superior to the world. Your goal is to become so grounded in this truth that the opinions of others, the fluctuations of the market, and the temporary delays in your circumstances lose their power over you. You are the administrator of your supply, and the law is non-negotiable. You are not waiting for life to get better. You are living from the reality that it is already whole. Maintain this poise throughout your day. Walk through your day with the quiet confidence of one who knows that the universe is working on their behalf. If you find yourself drifting back into the old seeker identity, if you find yourself worrying, gently guide yourself back. You do not need to judge yourself for the drift. You simply need to correct your course. This is the practice. It is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It is about returning again and again to the center of your own authority. You are aligning your thoughts, your words, and your actions with the reality of your abundance. You are training your subconscious mind to recognize that the supply is not coming. It is here. You are walking in the assurance of the infinite. This state of expectation, this calm, unwavering knowing, is the most powerful tool you possess. Use it, live from it, and watch as the world slowly but inevitably reshapes itself to fit the reality you have decreed. You are the architect of your own experience, and you are building a temple of supply that will stand firm regardless of the storms that pass on the outside. Stay aligned. Stay certain. The harvest is already yours. We have established the foundation. We have aligned the identity. We have declared the law. Now, the time for instruction has passed. It is time for the law to perform its perfect work. Release the effort. The most powerful work is done not in the arena of striving, but in the arena of surrender. The conscious, analyzing mind, which has carried the burden of the day, must now step aside and allow the deeper intelligence of the subconscious to operate in the silence. There is nothing left for you to do. There is no more striving to engage in, no more evidence to collect, and no more battles to fight. You have placed your order with the infinite, and the universe, which is governed by immutable laws, is already moving to fulfill it. As you drift into the quiet of this night, hold only this singular, unshakable conviction. Your word is law. You are not a petitioner asking for crumbs from a table of scarcity. You are an administrator receiving your inheritance from a table of infinite abundance. Your subconscious mind is the fertile ground where these seeds have been planted, and it will work through the night to rearrange the threads of reality to align with your command. Do not concern yourself with the how. The how is the business of the infinite. The how is the domain of divine order. Your business is the what, the clarity of your decree and the stability of your conviction. Rest now. You do not need to oversee the process. You do not need to check the math of the universe. The law of divine supply does not sleep, and it does not tire. It is constant. It is precise. It is the silent, underlying rhythm of the cosmos. It is working on your behalf even while you are entirely unaware. Trust the bridge of incidents. Trust the timing of the infinite. Everything that is yours by divine right is being moved toward you, and you are being moved toward it. You are safe, you are provided for, and you are exactly where you need to be. Feel your body becoming heavy, becoming deeply relaxed as you release every lingering thought of struggle. Imagine a golden light of divine provision surrounding you, shielding you, and filling you. Feel the truth of your abundance settle into your cells. You are not a human being struggling for survival. You are a spiritual being living in a universe of infinite supply. Let the cares of the world dissolve. Let the false identities, the seeker, the struggler, the worrier, melt away into the darkness of the night. You are entering the realm where the spoken word is the only reality. As you hover on the edge of sleep, hear these truths echoing in the chambers of your mind. The infinite is my supply. Divine order is established in my affairs. My word is my wand. I am the administrator of my inheritance. Supply is mine, here and now. Do not analyze these words. Simply let them sink into the depths of your subconscious. Let them wash over you like a warm tide. They are the keys to the secret door. They are the tools of your command. You are anchoring yourself in the truth of your own sovereignty. Tomorrow, when you wake, you will carry this authority with you. You will view the world not as an obstacle course, but as a field of potential waiting for your command. You will walk with the quiet, unshakable confidence of one who knows the truth of the law. You are the architect, and today you begin to build with a new clarity, a new strength, and a new expectation of good. And now, before you let the final layers of consciousness slip away, I want you to cement this identity shift right now. In the comments below, write your decree. I am the administrator of my divine supply. Writing it down is the final physical seal on the work we have done together in your subconscious tonight. It is the manifestation of your commitment to yourself. I read every one of your decrees, and your conviction helps this entire community grow, forming a collective of masters who understand the game of life. If you are ready to continue your mastery of these laws, I have curated a full curriculum of Florence Scovel Shinn's foundational teachings right here. Click the playlist on your screen to dive deeper into the game of life and the laws that govern your reality. Each video is a lesson, a step, and a deepening of your spiritual authority. You are doing the deep, necessary work. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for those who are ready to claim their dominion. Stay steady, stay certain, and trust the process. You are watching Manifest Wealth Wisdom. I will meet you in the next lesson. Rest now. The work is finished. The law is in motion. Sleep in peace, knowing that you are the commander of your world. It is done.